How many mentees were you enrolling a month before we started working together versus now?
Yeah, I think it was maybe like 1 or 2, and now it's 3 or 4 at minimum, and
Wow.
the maximum is like 14.
So, like income-wise, how has that affected you?
When I started working with you, it was kind of like the income has now exceeded that of my mental health clinic, my
That's
course sales. Yeah,
amazing.
this is like the majority of my work is
Yeah.
mentorship. I don't feel like I'm ever going to give up my private practice because
Hey y'all, we are back with a video with Alysha Woods, PMHMP BC. Any other letters that go behind there?
a bunch. I don't care though.
This is Alysha. She's one of my lovely clients. And we are here to talk today about her transformation and the results she's seen working with Hannah Hoffman Media, our digital agency, in the scope of social media, email marketing, blogging, as well as YouTube, and soon to be podcasting.
Yes.
So, Alysha, can you tell us a little bit about you and your business?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Alysha. I own a business with a couple of branches. I own a small mental health clinic in Los Angeles. And then I also have a online course and mentorship program that helps other psychiatric nurse practitioners start their own clinics. And I've helped over 100 psych NPs all over the US.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So when we met, when we started working together, what were things looking like? Like your client intake, social media, all of those things. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. How long have we been working together?
Since April of
Year and a half.
a year and a half-ish.
Year and a half. Okay. Okay. All right. So my private practice was open and I was stable with my with that because I was seeing patients part-time, and so that paved the way for me to consider like quitting all my other jobs outside of my own business.
Right.
And I was slowly doing that at that time, and I had just, if you met me then, I had just opened my online course 6 months before.
Right, it was in October.
Yeah, and I made the mistake of, well, depending on how you think of it, the mistake of like I created a course first, and then I started the like social media and stuff to get people to know about it, where some people create an audience first and then make what they want. I kind of did the opposite. So when I met Hannah, my content was kind of all over the place. I was making content about my course, but then I didn't want to be too salesy, so then I was making content talking about like patient care. So it was kind of a mix at that point, and I just wanted to get more people to know about my course because I wanted to grow that side of my business.
Right.
And that's when we met.
So how was your client intake at that time? Like, from social media, I guess is what I'm asking. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here.
Yeah. Like inquiries, like
Yes.
new patient inquiries.
Yes.
Yeah. So none.
None from social media at all?
None.
Wow. And now the majority comes from social media?
Patients, it's a mix.
Client.
I'm sorry.
Mentees.
Mentees. Oh my gosh. Okay. How many of my mentees came from social media? A few.
Before working
working with you. Yeah. A few were like people I knew in real life, like my old interns. And then a few were people from social media that were kind of like early followers, early adopters, that kind of thing. But and then a few were like, I would comment on a lot of Facebook posts, and I would be like, just put an answer, and people would DM me like, how do you know that? And I would say, well, I have a program if you want, that kind of thing. It was more like one-on-one,
like word of mouth.
Kind of word of mouth, and then me like responding to DMs. So I was talking to each person, and then I had this was like not fun, but I basically, my link in bio was just to book a call with me. So I got on calls with so many people that mostly just wanted free advice, and they didn't know enough about my course and content to actually want to pay me for it.
They wanted the advice.
They just wanted the advice, that's it. And then there wasn't that trust there where I had great content like I do now. So
how many mentees were you enrolling a month, would you say, before we started working together versus now?
Yeah, I think it was maybe like 1 or 2, and now it's 3 or 4 at minimum, and
Wow.
the maximum is like 14.
Yeah,
Yeah, the numbers are
So,
amazing.
like, income-wise, how has that affected you? Like,
It's everything. So, when I started working with you, it was kind of like, oh, it's really cool if I like sell a course here or there, like
yeah,
it's great. And then now it's solidly like it is my business. The income has now exceeded that of my mental health clinic, my
that's
course sales. Yeah,
amazing.
this is like the majority of my work is
Yes.
mentorship. I don't feel like I'm ever going to give up my private practice because I do feel like there's an element where people really value that I own a clinic so I can teach how to own a clinic,
Right.
and like I have the ongoing issues there that I'm problem solving that I'll teach them. So
Right.
I'm not saying that I will get rid of clinical care, but I
Mhm.
have choices now
Right.
where I can lessen if I want, or I could also grow my course more and not spend a heck of a lot more time
Right.
because I'm enrolling people in a mentorship program that exists already. I'm not going to spend like way more time by getting way more people. So I can make more money, same time, with the power of advertising.
Right. So, what percentage of clients would you say you gain from social media now?
All of them. All
All
of
of
them.
them?
All of them.
That's amazing.
I
to
literally
hear.
have like here and there, I'll have a friend sign up, an old coworker, like one of my past coworkers just signed up. But see, that's the thing. Like she knew me before,
Mhm.
but she's buying my course because she like sees everything on social media.
Right.
So she didn't come from social. There's a sprinkle here and there of people that don't come from social media that I had. I always have interns in my practice.
Right.
Always have like 2 or 3 at a time. And usually they end up signing up for my course later. So those are the only people that don't come from social media, but they have that trust in me from seeing my videos. And they're
Right.
always commenting on like, oh my God, I love this video that you did or that video. So like maybe before they would have considered my course, but
Mhm.
but now they know so much more about my course from social media that
From
I
what
think
we
it helps conversion.
100%.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about our process a little bit, and we can kind of go through that so that you guys can understand the breakdown of what that looks like.
Okay.
But essentially, Alysha and I work together to create content. So we come up with a plan. I come up with a content plan calendar. And sometimes that changes. Sometimes a lot of things are going on, so there's a lot of moving parts. But essentially, we come up with a plan, and then once those ideas are approved, which at this point we've kind of just they're always approved. Like you pretty much let me fly.
Yeah.
But then I will either let Alysha know what I need for a video, or I'll create copy and make those graphics. And then once they're approved, they're ready to go, ready to be scheduled or posted. And then same for blogging and newsletters. Anytime a launch is going on, or we are just continuing to sell Alysha's high ticket offer. So whether that's educational, something relatable, trendy, Alysha really loves dance, so we've done a few of those. We kind of sift together the business as well as your own personal life so that people feel very able to relate with you, and they kind of can build that trust through social media, which is why I think it does such a great job. And then, of course, YouTube, blogging, email marketing, they're circling back around to you always, which is the goal, to be omnipresent everywhere.
Yeah.
They can't get away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's a little of what our process looks like. It is pretty simple process, I feel like.
It's simple. I think something a lot of clinicians would want to know too, thinking about working with you, is that it's so simple. Like literally the only thing you can't do is show up on camera, right? Like
Right.
you tell me what to talk about, you make the content calendar. At this point, you make blogs and newsletters as if you're me.
Right.
Like you already know my style, how I talk, what I like to talk about. It's just endless. So literally the only thing is like make this video. It's so easy.
Right.
It's so easy. You're like, make this video about a day in your life. So
and like these are if you needed help, like these are the shots I want you to get.
Yeah.
Or like remember, you'll walk me through your normal day, and then I'll be able to tell you, okay, I want these shots from what you just said.
Yeah.
So, and we really do get to a point where we're so comfortable with one another that we're just very in sync, and it's easy to work together.
Yeah.
Like I understand your audience,
Mm-hmm.
I think almost as well as you do, and we're able to talk and figure out what they need at that time in order to help serve them with your offers.
Yeah.
And then it's just blown up. I mean, it's crazy the past year and a half how much things have changed. You know,
Yeah.
over 100 plus people helped with your higher ticket offer, and then you're able to raise your prices, which is incredible because you're adding more value, because you have more time, because you don't have to be on social media.
Yes.
And so the progress is just amazing.
Yeah. I can't imagine if I had to do it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, it's
well, I'm happy to
so
help
much time.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
So overall, like, what would you say, like, the freedom that this has brought you, or like, what do you feel this has brought you as far as in your personal life goes, like not having to worry about this aspect of business?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me that I think about a lot is the fact that all of the research that I would have to do, not just about what I'm talking about, but things like simple things like Hannah will talk about transitions, or she'll talk about what's like trending at the time, or how to put colors together, or just like
SEO.
There's
so
so many
beast
things
of its own.
Yeah, there's so many things that I'm trying to think of other ones. Maybe like there was some times where you gave me corrections as far as where I'm looking, or just stuff like that, where the amount of time and the amount of research, if I was doing this on my own this well, would be like, I'm going to say it's a whole job, because like literally it is your whole job. So it would either be that I wouldn't create as good of content, which would be taking away money, leaving money on the table, or I would just not do it. Or I think actually what would happen is I wouldn't be consistent. Because literally this is so funny. My friends at one point texted me like, "What are you doing?" Because I was hospitalized because I got sick, and Hannah was posting content from like me talking in my living room, and they're like, "Where are you?"
It's so funny.
Like that would have been so much time that I'm like,
or like there have been times where you've taken like 4 weeks off to go on vacation, or like to go do.
Last year I took all of August off.
Right.
I was in Vegas. I went to Burning Man, where there's no cell service, and you were just posting all
exactly. And like you're able to have that freedom and not have to worry about it, which is like a huge weight off your shoulders.
And consistency is huge for sales.
100%.
Like you have to be posting every day.
You said like all of your clients are coming from social media, so you have to be on social media.
I have to be on social media every day.
Yeah. So
and I could just click my video on and talk about whatever, do whatever, say whatever, go on with my day, record myself, and like you can make something out of it. That's another cool thing that we do is like not everything is planned, where you just tell me just put your phone on all the time. Like I go on a hike, I put my phone on. I go to this, the lady was laughing at me because I went to the head spa and I was like taking videos because I was like, Hannah's gonna want to do a day in my life because I'm at the head spa, on noon on a Wednesday.
Right. And people connect with that because they can, if you share some of your personal life, even if they aren't doing those things, or they, haven't had that experience, they get to know you better.
Yeah.
They get to know some of the things you're interested in, or, what you look like when you're not at work, or when you're not.
Want to know.
Yeah. And people are curious about people, and that people buy from people. So it's so important to show that side of yourself on social media. And I think having someone to kind of bounce ideas off of makes things like that a little less maybe uncomfortable, coming up with those ideas things like that.
For sure. So, and everybody wonders like, oh, if I do this idea, like, am I going to look stupid? And, it's just nice to have another person to ask. And then, something I thought of too is that it's not just numbers of clients, right? We're kind of talking about, it's like quality too, where like if I show who I am, I'm going to get a lot of clients. This happens, I think, with so many course creators, is they end up getting clients that are just like them. That I'm getting people that kind of had a similar trajectory into private practice that I did. And so because I'm sharing so much, I'm not just getting like a number, like numbers, getting a bunch of people that want to start a practice, but I'm getting people that relate with me. And then when I meet them, because they joined my course, I relate with them.
Right.
And then I've developed so many friendships and professional contacts through my course. It's not like I kind of have this course and then all these people that I never talk to.
Right.
Like I talk to every single one of them.
These become like your colleagues.
Yeah. And it's
sometimes friends.
Yeah. Their personality and who they are is important because I'm going to interact with them. It's not like a course where you just consume on your own.
Right. And I feel like part of that too is the strategy of understanding your ideal client.
Yeah.
Because we know who your ideal client is. Mm-hmm. And so when we're speaking to them so specifically and saying, hey, you. Yeah. I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. Obviously not like that. But with the content that we're creating, it brings in those dream clients. And that's such a beautiful thing because, like you said, it's not only numbers. You're working with people you want to be working with. And that's such a nice benefit to doing what we do. Yeah. So
for sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And all the progress that we've made in a year and a half.
Yeah. We're going to keep going. I mean, we're going to, Hannah and I are talking about so many additional projects. I'm always, when my husband and I talk about the budget, I'm like, okay, well, we have to plan this year to pay Hannah more because we're going to do more projects. Because I need to do more stuff with you.
One of my favorite things is having clients who have so many dreams because I love to dream with you and to figure out, okay, how can I help? I want to help you get there. And it's so exciting because that is what I do as well as I become your partner essentially. And we chase after those dreams together because with business, you have to advertise, obviously. Yeah. And so we're just like two heads, what's the phrase? Two flips the coin.
Yeah. Two sides of the same coin.
We're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, I feel that because it almost feels like, you're the director and I'm the actress and you're behind the scenes,
Oz.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're the mom in Mean Girls that's doing the dance
that is
behind
me,
the camera.
100%.
That's you.
That's so funny.
And I need that because I'm just what direction do I need to go
Definitely.
in?
Well, that's my favorite thing about what I do is helping okay, we've done this dream and we've done it so well. Let's move on to the next one. Obviously continue to keep, with this offer, but what's next? What do you want to do next?
Yes.
Next, because at the heart of it all, we are both entrepreneurs, and that's what excites us. It's constantly coming up with new things that can help people, and so, I love that aspect of things.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, well, thank you for speaking today. Pimp
welcome.
Yourself out.
Yeah, so I'm Alysha, and I'm on all of the socials as Rooted PMHNP Mentorship. And you should pimp yourself out because Hannah's 10 out of 10. I recommend anybody work with her.
Thank you. I'm on socials, Hannah Hoffman Media. Very easy, hannahhoffmanmedia.com to learn more. And I'm sure we'll have you back again.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.